What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, as you see here, Olympic silver medalist, undefeated 3-division world champion, former unified super featherweight, reigning WBC lightweight, world champion, superstar boxer, who is going for a 4th division being a world champion, January 31st, Madison Square Garden in New York. That's Shakur Stevenson. 24 wins, no loss, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout. Now, Shakur Stevenson said this. I don't even know where the interview is, but a few people sent this to me. And they asked me my thoughts on it. The comments that Shakur Stevenson made about his mega fight coming up against 2-division world champion, superstar boxer, former unified lightweight, and reigning WBO junior welterweight world champion, Teofimo Lopez, who is 22 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout. And Shakur Stevenson, as you see, is saying that Teofimo Lopez struggles with movement. And obviously, he says that indirectly, I'm going to move a lot when I face off against Teofimo Lopez. He struggles with movement. That concerned fans. A lot of people hit me up and they said, what's my thoughts on this? Do I think that he's going to run? It's going to be boring like he fought Edwin De Los Santos. And to that, I can simply tell you, we don't know. I do know this. After Shakur Stevenson defeated Williams Zepeda in his last fight, he made it abundantly clear, I'm not going to do that again, where he stayed in the pocket, stayed stationary. Now, what he's saying with Teofimo Lopez is great when he has a stationary target in front of him. And that's what he's looking for. Well, on the contrary, let me say this. Stationary targets and when you're coming forward. Teo is a natural counterpuncher as well. When you are coming forward, Teofimo Lopez loves that because he's very athletic. He's very smart in the ring. And he has great reflexes. So he can see those openings when you're coming forward. And he can capitalize on them. When you are moving and on the back foot, like a la Jermaine Ortiz, Sandor Martin, George Kambosos, right? When you incorporate that style, he struggles. Because he got dropped 3 times. He got dropped by George Kambosos and twice by Sandor Martin. And if they count the second knockdown, then he loses the fight to Sandor Martin, who's a southpaw as well. But the thing is, Teofimo Lopez has shown us that he gets confused or indecisive when he's dealing with somebody that's moving. So then you can at that point in time, counter him and come forward, and he's still indecisive. Right? He can't compute when you're coming forward now because he's so focused on you using so much movement that he can't decipher the two. If you get ready to come forward, if you're not. That's how Sandor Martin was able to clip him coming forward. George Kambosos, right? And at that point you can mix it up because he's just not very active. And we've seen this time and time again. When in the 7th, in the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th round against Lomachenko, same thing. That was the blueprint right there. You can see it. He's indecisive. He don't know when he should let his hands go. He starts to question himself. That's why he asked himself after the Sandor Martin fight, do I still got it? Because he starts to question himself. But if you come forward, like Josh Taylor did, or like what was his name? In his last, Arnold Barboza in his last fight, he'll pick you apart. He'll pick you apart. He will pick you apart. So I think Shakur Stevenson has to not fight like he fought Edwin Dos Santos. That would be absolutely terrible. And I don't know if they'll give him a decision if he fights like that against Teofimo Lopez. He's a higher profile fighter than Edwin Dos Santos. And he's the champion. And if you do that, I don't think they're going to give you the decision. It'll probably end in a draw. With that said, I think Shakur has to be smart enough to understand and incorporate what Sandor Martin did. That's the blueprint for Shakur. Sandor Martin. Jermaine Ortiz was somewhat of a blueprint, but he never put his foot to the pedal, right? He never stepped on the gas. And because he never stepped on the gas, guess what happened? They didn't give him the decision. And if Shakur don't step on the gas, they're not going to give him the decision. Simple. So he has to mix it up. He has to do what Sandor Martin did. But the difference between him and Sandor Martin is that he'll be a lot cleaner with his punches and punch selection, and it'll be a lot more decisive than what Sandor Martin did. Do I think he's just going to use the Edwin Dos Santos style? No. I think he's going to mix it up. He'll find openings. He matured. He'll find more comfort in his weight. And who knows about his hands? Nobody can determine if his hands is going to be good or not. So let's see how it unfolds and plays out, man. But if he uses with the style he used against Edwin Dos Santos, he's going to lose. Or it's going to be a draw. More likely it'll be a draw. But if he incorporates what he did with Sandor Martin, Teofimo Lopez that is, and Shakur incorporates that game plan and mix it up with a little bit of what he did with Josh Padley, oh, he'll win a unanimous decision. It's interesting. I can't wait to see. Because, again, the truth of the matter is it all depends on what Shakur Stevenson brings to the table. And it's going to determine how this fight is going to go. But let me know what y'all think, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, or one word, I'm gone. Peace.